Anytime I am meant to speak in front of people, I suddenly feel like using the restroom. In fact, there was a time I was meant to give just 5 minutes talk in a gathering. Hey, I disappeared. Now you wouldn't want to know where I went. When I showed up, everybody kept asking, "Where have you been? Where have you been?" In my mind, you wouldn't want to know. I went to the loo. Like it wasn't a funny situation. If someone had told me that I would become a confident speaker and also start a YouTube channel one day, I would have told the person, that
Tell it
is
to the
just for
birds.
Ho, ho, ho.
real. I would never have thought in my life that I would do this. But watch this clip.
I chuckled. If only she knew my secret. My secret was just showing up every day to read this book, no matter how I felt. And that experience taught me that we can achieve anything and become anything as long as we just show up. Just show up, whatever it is you're interested in. If you want to be a writer, show up and write every day. Write a page, have a page, even less than a page. If you want to be a public speaker, you want to be good at it, or even conquer your fear of public speaking, what do? Show up every day and speak. Fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Hello, language lovers. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing my personal story, how I moved from being a shy speaker to a confident speaker, and some of the things I did that helped me overcome my fear of public speaking. I hope it inspires someone. I will also talk about the reason I started my YouTube channel. If you're interested, then keep watching this video. A little background story. I am naturally introverted. I don't like to speak in the public. Right from childhood, I dreaded this thing called public speaking. And now, when I talk about public speaking, I'm not talking about that professional thing where you go about giving speeches, talking in conferences and all of that. No, I'm talking about just speaking in the public in front of people, whether it is an audience of two, three, four, five, or more. Anything outside family and friends, count me out. I will not say anything. My situation was terrible. Now, anytime I'm meant to speak in front of people, my entire body system changes. I suddenly feel like using the loo. My mouth gets dry, my voice trembles, my hands get shaky, everything changes. And this happened from childhood to adulthood. I thought this monster would go away, but it never did. It kept hunting me down until adulthood. And one day, I was tired. That was in 2020. I got tired. Now, there's this saying I like so much: the day you wake up is your morning. That morning was November 2020. I woke up and I decided to face this monster head on once and for all. And what did I do? I joined Toastmasters International. Now, if you don't know what Toastmasters International is, you can search them up Google. Go on Google and check up Toastmasters. They are all over the world, so you don't have anything to fear. This very decision I took changed the trajectory of my life. When I joined Toastmasters, I started noticing subtle changes. Now, the first thing I noticed was barely a few months after I joined, like 3 months, something happened that really made me know I was on the right path. My friend invited me to her church. She had the program in church, and I attended the program. After the program, people were asked to, give their contribution and also ask questions. And I raised my hand, said my name, and gave my contribution. Now, my friend was somewhere at the corner. When she heard my name, she couldn't believe her ears. After church, she said, "Girl, that was Toastmasters." And I said, "Shh, for real, that was Toastmasters, and it's actually really working." I don't want to bore you with my stories, but let me give you some highlights since I joined Toastmasters. Number one, I've been on LinkedIn for over 10 years, and I have never made any post, not even a tiny one, because I felt, oh, everybody here, they're professionals. What do I have to say? But I tell you, friends, I started writing articles on LinkedIn last year. I tell you, there's this confidence, sudden confidence I had. I can walk into any room. When I mean any room with my head held high. Hmm? I don't feel intimidated. I don't feel intimidated by anybody anymore. Prior to that, I can't walk into any room with my head held high. I feel like, oh my God, all eyes are on me. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, this person is better than me. That feeling died after I joined Toastmasters. I kid you not. And another thing that happened was that this was really amazing. The way Toastmasters meeting. Now, I'm not advertising Toastmasters, but I'm just telling you my personal story. The way it works during meetings, we members of the club give a speech. So we can have like 4 or 5 people giving a speech that day. Then at the end of the meeting, you get to vote for who you consider to be a better speaker or a best speaker. Do you know that yours truly has been voted for, like, if not 5 over 5 times, as the best speaker? Uh, as the best speaker. Huh. How did it happen? I can't say. I never knew I could speak confidently, let alone win an award as the best speaker. Hmm. And another thing that really amazed me was this. Barely 6 months after I joined Toastmasters, I was nominated and voted for as the secretary of the club. After that tenure was over, I was nominated and voted for as the vice president membership of the club. And I did that role 2 times. Like, I was nominated and voted for 2 times for the role of the vice president membership of the club. Hmm. Amazing, right? That is what getting confidence can do. You can do anything, I can tell you. And that's how I also got the courage to start my YouTube channel. Now, before I talk about why I started my YouTube channel, let me share some tips on how you can also move from this to this, from a shy speaker to a confident speaker. When I talk about shy, moving from a shy speaker to a confident speaker, I'm not talking about top professional speaking. No, speaking in small groups, in a meeting, in the church, in any kind of gathering. That's what I mean. Like, I know that overcoming shyness or becoming a confident speaker can be challenging, but I assure you that when you put in the work and you are consistent, you will get your desired result. Now, know that fear of public speaking is a common challenge that everybody faces. Do you know that even the professionals do feel nervous sometimes when they're about to give their speeches? I have some great mentors that have been speaking for years. They tell me that they still feel the nerves whenever they want to speak. It's just a natural thing. So don't feel so bad about that. When you have the right strategies, the right tips, you will be able to manage or overcome the fear of public speaking. Tip number one, understand your fear, acknowledge it, know that you are not the only person in this situation. Now, a research shows that 15 million people deal with fear of public speaking on a daily basis, and 75% of the population suffer from this phobia. So you are not alone on this. That's the thing, the first thing you should understand. You're not alone on this. So just know that shyness is a common experience, and many people feel shy in different situations. Some people, theirs is slight nervousness, some paralyzing fear and panic. I have a friend, every time she's about to speak, either to give a speech in the office or anywhere, she will always have stomach ache. Serious stomach ache that she will have to use the loo. So everybody has their different experiences. Yours might not be too serious, yours might be too serious, but whatever the case, you can overcome it. Then you also have to find out the triggers. What are the triggers? What makes you feel nervous anytime you want to speak? Are you not okay with your grammar, or do you feel intimidated by the people around you? Do you need to brush up your English? Determine what specifically triggers your fears. Is it fear of being judged, fear of making mistakes? If you don't know enough about the topic you're about to talk about, whatever it is, just try and identify those triggers. And knowing those triggers can help you address them directly. What is the next tip? Prepare thoroughly. If you're going for an interview, or you're giving a speech, or you're talking about any topic, get used to your topic, prepare, and practice to the point that it becomes a part of you. And when you're giving your speech or you're talking, it becomes natural. You don't have to sound like a robot as if it's memorized. So get to rehearse in front of the mirror, in front of friends, get feedbacks, and all of that. It will help. Another tip that can also help you is starting small. You can start talking in smaller familiar groups, maybe a family function. You can just say something if the need arises, or in church, or at a meeting, in the office. You give your own contribution. You just start small and gradually increase to a larger audience. Like me, I started in church. And start small. Maybe have a small fellowship. You give your idea. You just keep talking. The secret to this is in the doing. You just keep doing it every day. Instead of running away from it, you keep doing it. Volunteer to speak at smaller events, at smaller meetings. The more you practice, the more your confidence will build. I promise you, little by little. Start small, start small. It helps. Now, the next tip is the focus should be on the message and not on you. That is another pitfall. If you focus so much on yourself, oh my God, I hope my hair is on point. I hope my dress is sitting well. Oh, oh, my makeup is it's actually okay. The moment you turn the focus to you and not the message, you miss it. Now, this is what you should know. Everybody in the audience is rooting for you. They're rooting for your success. Nobody wants to judge you. Nobody's looking for your downfall. In fact, some of those people in the audience, they admire your confidence. They admire the fact that you can even stand in front of them and say something, because some of them cannot do that. Like I said, 75% of the population have this fear. Now, let me make you laugh. There is a joke that was told by an American stand up comedian, Jerry Seinfeld. He said, in a funeral, an average person would rather be in a casket than do the eulogy, meaning that some people would rather be the dead body than give any speech in the funeral. So that's how bad it is. I mean, an average person, 75% of the population have this way. So if you are even bold enough to stay in front, stepping out to say something is a big deal. So everybody admires that courage. It takes courage to stay in front of someone and say something. So people will admire you for that fact. Don't be distracted by anything yourself. Rather focus on the message, the value you want to give regarding that topic. That should be your focus. How to do your best to give your best. And that will help you go on strong. This other tip helps so much. Positive affirmations. Anytime you want to speak, keep telling yourself you are going to kill it. You are going to give your best. You're going to give your best shot. You are the best. Tell yourself that you are prepared, capable, and ready to succeed. You can develop a personal mantra that you keep saying to yourself every day, like, I'm confident and prepared. Whether you're going for an interview, I'm going to answer all my questions perfectly with confidence. I am confident and I'm prepared. You just keep talking positive. Those things are powerful. I tell you, they're very powerful. By the time you keep talking to yourself, it does something to you. And before you know it, you see yourself speak confidently. And another thing that is very important that we don't joke with in my meetings is feedback. Feedback, they say, is the breakfast of champions. Now, if you want to get better, you have to receive positive criticisms with gladness. Do not feel bad when you're giving a feedback. It is for your good. It will help you improve in your next speech, next project, or in the next one, or whatever it is. And two more to go. The next one is embrace imperfections. Now, understand that it's okay to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Even the great speakers make errors. So, it is very normal to make mistakes. Laugh over it and move on. If you stumble, correct yourself and move on. Do it professionally. Oh, that was wrong. You understand? Do it professionally and move on. Don't dwell on it at all. It won't help. And finally, if you want to take your speaking to the next level, if you want to become a better speaker, even a better leader, join a speaking club like Toastmasters. It has helped me tremendously. So I can always talk about it anytime, any day. So join a speaking club. It gives you that supportive environment where you learn together because everybody is a student. We're all learning. We give each other feedback and become better together. So having a supportive speaking group is very helpful. Very helpful. It will take you far, I promise you. So if you can, try and join one. If it is Toastmasters, fine. If it is not, but try and join the public because you need to practice, practice, practice. And you need that environment where you practice every time. You can attend public speaking workshops to get more structure and see how things work. And the good thing about Toastmasters meetings is that guests are always invited. You can attend anyone around you and see how things work. And if it is something you like, go ahead and register and come back and thank me later. So that is it for me. These things, I promise you, if you put them into practice, in no time at all, you will become a confident speaker. Now, before I wrap it up, let me talk about the purpose of starting this YouTube channel. One of my dreams and visions is impacting lives. And I've always wondered how I was going to achieve this if I'm scared of speaking in front of the public. And when I joined Toastmasters, it actually gave me the wings. Like I said, I was able to start a YouTube channel because of the confidence I gained in the process. And why did I choose to teach English? Now, there's something bad English does to my ears. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. Like I can't stay around it. I don't usually feel okay at all. And I hear it a lot of times. People make errors. Now, it is one thing to speak English, it is another thing to speak correct English. Yes, English is not our mother tongue. Yes, it is not our native language, but what is worth doing is worth doing well. If you want to speak English, please speak it well. So I hear so many errors now. Even advanced speakers still make some English errors. For example, I hear people say all the time, let's round up the meeting. Let's round up this session. You're about to round up this session. You're about to round up the meeting. It is so wrong. There's nothing like round up the meeting. It is round off, round off. When you are talking about rounding up, it's about figure. You want to round up a figure. You round up a figure, not a meeting. And I also hear things like my names are. No, please, it's so wrong. It's so wrong to say my names are. Mm-mm. Whether you have five names, you say my name is this, not my names are. So that name means every name you have all together. So never say my names are. It is so wrong. Another thing I hear people say a lot is one of my friend. Ah, one of my friends. You also hear things like reverse back the car, reverse the car. When I return back tomorrow, I'll let you. I will return back tomorrow. I will return tomorrow. There are so many. So my channel is not just about teaching English. Those little details that we overlook and even advanced speakers make is what I look out for. Yes, I also talk about the basics. Like I cover everything. So who is this channel meant for? A starter, whether a beginner or advanced speaker, this channel is for you. That's why I always end my videos with every lesson is invaluable. And for real, every lesson is invaluable. I ensure that I touch all those things that we all need to know. That seems so minute, but are necessary. If you want to take your English skills to the next level, subscribe to this channel because that's my desire. I want to impact people. I want to make people speak correct English because it makes you, there's something it does to you, it makes you stand out. You feel there's this boldness you have when you know you're speaking correct English. And people also look at you in a certain way like, wow, I like that. I also help you with your vocabulary, work on your vocabulary. Are you not tired of always saying, I am fine every time? I am fine. How are you? I am fine. Yeah, please check things up, you know, give you some new words to use and make your English sound wow. Anybody hears it and they're like, whoa, this is good. So subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get informed anytime I post. Watch all my videos. Just go back to the start. They are all invaluable. I say it again, my videos are all invaluable. I'm intentional about it, and I know that you will learn something in each video. So that's it, guys. I hope I inspired somebody with my story. What part touched you the most? What are you going to do next in order to move from being shy to being a confident speaker? Let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to read all of your messages and respond to any that needs a response. All right, lovely people, take care of yourself. Bye.